What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and this is going to be probably the final of the Infinitum C videos, at least for a little bit. We'll see how things go over the next couple of days and see if we can find any breakthroughs for teams that can actually farm this regularly. I don't think it's going to be a constant moving forward, but it's going to be interesting to see if we can kind of figure anything out. But in this video, we're going to be looking at the team that I've used to clear the INT powerhouse or INT fighter difficulty on the Infinitum C. So I do have my wife using her Psi Free Spirit or Psi Slasher and Cerebral team to go through and try and clear her mission for that one. And this is the team that I used, and I will admit we got pretty lucky in this run. I feel like any full clear of Infinitum C is going to have some form of luck in one way, shape, or form. And what happened in this run is that we got some pretty nasty bosses along the way, but we got a little bit of freedom towards the end as we encountered the Jinbei boss. And you would think that because I'm running the INT team, Jinbei is a Psi boss, you would think that I would be the heavy damage dealer here. That actually wasn't the case. It was the actually other team, the Psi team, that was actually doing the heavy lifting on the boss fight due to the gimmicks and stuff like that were appearing. But showing you guys with this team, you do see that I'm using Bonnie, V1 Bonnie, but I'm not using the Super Evolution form. And the reason for that is because Bonnie does actually have a good special. It does get around a lot of different things. She has the crewmate ability to resist special reverse and special bind on herself. Her special does remove special bind and also give the crew a cooldown. It also has the ability to set enemies' defense to 0. It also has the effect of removing slot bind. All of these gimmicks that I just mentioned can appear in one way, shape, or form in Infinitum C. Another thing that it does is it gives you a chain lock or chain boundary. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's a chain lock. And it also can give you an attack boost for your INT characters. But the more important thing is that it's a character that is an INT fighter. When you evolve Bonnie, she is an INT cerebral free spirit. So she is not going to be able to be used to clear the Chopper Man mission for this quest. Bonnie just helps out here. She also has the Hunger Potential ability, which can also be inflicted to your crew. So Bonnie feels really, really good in the INT fighter or INT powerhouse focused team for the Chopper Man mission. Now, for my captain, I am actually using Katakuri. This Katakuri is an INT fighter character, INT fighter driven, but he's also a debuff style unit, and I really, really like the debuff style characters in co-op quest as the captains. Main reason is because with their co-op special, the debuffers have an effect that delays all enemies by 1 turn, but more importantly, removes all enemies' beneficial effects by 1. And especially if you can have yourself a situation where both you and your co-op partner have a debuff style captain, it means that you could use both of your specials in the same turn to remove 2 turns of all enemy negative abilities. That is extremely powerful, especially as some of the bosses that you will come up against, most notably is Frankie. When you enter the room, he has 2 turns of damage immunity. Damage immunity is a very difficult thing to remove. There's not a lot of characters that have the ability to do that. So if you could have 2 debuff style captains, you could just use both specials, remove all turns of the damage immunity, and then just go crazy, which is cool. In this instance here, you see that the enemy has damage limiter on the final stage. He has a damage barrier. If we use the debuff style special, those get removed by 1 turn. So there's really cool uses for stuff such as that. Out of all the captains that I've had a look at so far, you know, the debuffers, supporters, attackers, etc., I think that debuffers are my favorite. I do have a lot of respect for the supporter style units as well. Supporter style units have abilities to change block slots into matching, and also, I can't remember the actual other effect. I think it extends the duration of your beneficial effects by 1 turn. Like, that's really cool. If you have like a certain number of buffs, then you can extend them by 1. Could be very valuable to have. The attacker style units seem kind of mid, honestly. You know, they've got cooldown reduction and they change type slots into matching, but they also can do damage to the opponent. A damage dealing special could be kind of useful. You've got the healers, which give you a lot of healing, and I think they also remove 1 turn of your negative effects on your side of the field, so that's pretty cool. And then the tank units give you damage reduction and also provide healing. So it's interesting how the meta is going to evolve around co-op quest and what's actually going to be the best. I know that a lot of people are going to be asking, you know, where should I be investing my co-op medals? Which character should I be leveling up? And honestly, as it stands right now, there isn't really a reason to level up any co-op captain right now. The best thing to do is to conserve your co-op medals for potentially whenever you need them in the future. Of course, the thing about these units is that their captain abilities upgrade massively when you go ahead and invest your co-op medals and the proof of friendship medals into their captains. You know, they start off as like 4.25 captains or whatever, but at level 3 they're a 5 times captain, at level 4 they're a 5.5 captain, and if you max out their captains, the co-op captains are 6 times captains. And that's a big difference, going from like a 4.25 to a 6 times captain. The damage goes through the roof. And I mean, at the moment, it doesn't feel like the bosses are like super crazy. The thing that's most annoying is the debuffs. Not really their HP value, but the amount of debuffs that they have. That is honestly the major issue, and trying to get around all of those is the most difficult component of Co-op Quest thus far. But that's going to wrap it up from me. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, I'll see you guys within the next video.